here for my 20-week pregnancy update. This is baby number 3 for me. And I just want to start out by saying how sad I feel right now, I think. And the reason why I say I think is because I'm trying to just get over it. It's too late. But I'm feeling a little bit bad because I have slacked so much on updating you guys and just having updates for myself in general. I documented week by week with Jane's pregnancy over on my blog before I had YouTube. And then with my last pregnancy with Jackson, I did week by week updates for him on YouTube. And with both of those pregnancies, I did weekly belly pictures as well. This pregnancy, not so much. And here I am halfway and I hardly have any documentation. The reason I'm sad is because I don't want the baby to grow up and be like, oh, where's my updates? Or where are the pictures of you pregnant with me? And I'm gonna be like, well, don't have them. But that's just what's gonna have to happen. I think I took week 5 and week 6 belly pictures with this pregnancy, and that is it. And here I am on week 20, actually 20 and a half now. So I'm gonna try my best now that my belly is getting bigger to do weekly pictures, just to at least have the end of the pregnancy pictures when my belly is starting to grow a lot. But like I said, there's nothing I can really do. I can't go back in time. And then as far as YouTube, I told you guys from the beginning that I didn't think I was gonna be able to do the weekly updates anyways, but I still feel bad because I'm not even updating myself weekly or writing anything down. I'm just kind of winging these videos and just like thinking of how I've been feeling or thinking of other things. So I don't know, I just feel a little bit bad. So here I am, week 20, halfway there. If you guys haven't seen the baby gender reveal or the baby name video, then go see those. I think I'm going to talk about at the end of this video why we chose the name, because I don't think it needs its own video because there's really not that big of an explanation. So stay tuned to the end of the video for that. But I'm just gonna go ahead and go start with these questions that I always answer on these updates, and we are gonna get started. So how far along are you? Like I said, I'm 20 weeks. As I'm filming this, I'm 20 and a half weeks, and when this goes up, it'll probably be closer to 21 weeks. Maternity clothes, yes, absolutely. There are still shirts that I can wear that aren't maternity necessarily. Pants, no, I can't fit into any pants that are not maternity. They're just way too uncomfortable even if I wear them really low. Although I will take that back, some yoga pants still fit me, but they are uncomfortable, so I'd rather not wear them. Stretch marks, no, and same thing as the other updates, just hoping not to get them. I didn't get them with my other 2 pregnancies, so I think we're good there. Sleep is still good. I'm not having to get up to go to the bathroom too much. I'm not too uncomfortable. I can still sleep in positions that I like to sleep in. So sleep is good. I'm trying not to take as many naps. Well, I should say as many naps. I've only took 1 a day when my kids were napping during the first trimester, pretty much every day. And I'm trying to knock those out. On some days, I just can't stand it. I have to take a nap still. And other days, I try to trek through the nap time and get things done around the house. Most of the time, if I don't sit down, then I can make it through nap time. If I sit down, then there's no way I'm getting back up, and I'm probably either gonna lay there or fall asleep. Best moment of this week. The last time I updated you guys, I think I was 16 weeks, so I'm just gonna go ahead and update you for the last month. Best moment of the last month. Probably nothing really paternity. I'm losing my mind. Probably nothing pregnancy-wise. It was good to hear back about the spina bifida. Came back normal. That blood work that I had to get done, I haven't updated you guys on that, but it did come back normal, so baby girl is doing good there. We have an ultrasound on next Wednesday, so I'm excited about that. But otherwise, pregnancy-wise, we're just trucking right along. Half the time I'm so busy, I don't even remember I'm pregnant. So nothing crazy happened. I do love feeling the baby kick, which I know that she's kicking for sure now. Last time it was like, might have felt it, might have not. Do I miss anything? I miss my old body. I know that sounds funny. I miss fitting into clothes. I miss having cute clothes. I miss just feeling like I feel fat. The other 2 pregnancies, I didn't really feel fat, I just felt pregnant. And this time I think I'm just a little bit bigger, and so I'm just feeling big. I don't really like that. Movement, yes, I am finally feeling the baby move, although I have to be laying totally still, and I have to eat like something really sugary or really cold to feel the baby kick. I think we'll find out on my ultrasound, but I think maybe my placenta might be in the way, so I don't feel her as prominent. I mentioned before, I felt Jane, I think around 18 weeks, and then I felt Jackson really early, like 14 weeks. And this time I felt her kick a few times, but it was like questionable, like was it a kick, was it not? Until recently, maybe 18 weeks this time as well, where I'm like, okay, that was definitely a kick for sure, but it still wasn't like a kick. It wasn't like hard or big or anything. It was just like a really soft kick. Now, also, if I hold my hand on my belly, only sometimes can I feel it on the outside, which is crazy because I'm halfway. I feel like I should be feeling it from the outside for sure by now. I have felt a few from the outside. Chris has not, Jane has. Jane says that the baby gave her a high five. It was one morning, really early in the morning, she had slept in our bed and the baby was kicking. Chris was still sleeping, so I didn't want to wake him up. And I told Jane to put her hand on my belly, and Jane felt it. And she was like, the baby gave me a high five. I think Chris is a little bit jealous that he hasn't felt the baby yet, and Jane has. Food cravings. Not really. I haven't had any food cravings. I had some crazy ones in the first trimester, and now I'm not really craving too much. I was craving, well, I wasn't craving, but I was wanting Girl Scout cookies, and I finally found some, so I've been eating some of those that are delicious as normal, but that would happen even if I wasn't pregnant. I don't think there's been anything that I've really craved, which is crazy. Anything making you queasy or sick? No, nothing. No, nothing's making me queasy or sick, thank goodness. I'm feeling good. Sometimes if I take my iron pill, I have a prenatal and then I also take an iron pill. And if I take the iron pill, I usually take it after dinner. And if I didn't have like a really big dinner, then sometimes I can feel a little bit nauseous after that. But I know iron does that, so it doesn't really even faze me. I just lay down and I feel better in a few minutes. So, but nothing else really is making me queasy or sick, and I'm very thankful for that. Have you started to show yet? Yes, I have, and I'm really curious. I keep wanting to compare what I looked like at 20 weeks with both pregnancies. Like I said, I just feel bigger. Like, my belly might be the same size as the other pregnancies, but I feel like my thighs are bigger, my arms are bigger this time around. So it would be interesting to compare the pictures. Gender, it's a girl. Labor signs, no. I did have like a Braxton Hicks contraction the other day when I tried to pick up a big bag of dog food. So I was like, all right, no more heavy lifting, which I wasn't really lifting anything super heavy. Belly button in or out, it's definitely still a flatty. Usually it's in, and it usually pokes out. With my other 2 pregnancies, it poked out. So right now it's about to poke out. Wedding rings on or off, still on, but sometimes when I go to put lotion on Jackson, I always take my rings off, and it's hard to get it off at the end of the day, and then sometimes it's easy. So maybe it depends on how much salt I've eaten or how much water I've drank that day, but it's getting tight. It's gonna have to come off here soon. Happy or moody? Happy or moody most of the time. I'm gonna go ahead and say happy. I've had my bad days here and there, but I don't know if that's necessarily from the pregnancy or just, you know, having 2 kids and being busy and all that. You know, what if it would happen anyways, even if I wasn't pregnant. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say happy. I'm not really moody too much. What am I looking forward to? I'm definitely looking forward to the ultrasound. It's the anatomy scan on this coming up Wednesday. And something that we have been doing for the past week or so is getting the kids' rooms ready. If you guys follow our daily journey, you know that Jane's room was never finished, Jackson's room was never finished, and then we had a guest room. All 3 of those rooms are upstairs. Now we are finishing Jane's room. We're gonna change Jackson to the guest room, and we're gonna put baby girl in Jackson's room that he's in now. And so we have bought pretty much all of the furniture and all the things that we want to put up on the wall. And I think that we're probably gonna have all 3 rooms finished for once. So I'm really excited about that. But that is it for the update. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about the baby's name and then show you guys my belly and we'll be done for the video. So if you haven't seen the name reveal yet, go check it out because we had so much fun making it. But the baby's name is gonna be Piper Jade. And we are so excited about this name. You guys are probably wondering, whenever I see name reveals, I always wonder, is that a family name? How did they come up with that name? You know, where did it come from? Why do they want to name their child that? And so I'm gonna explain it even though there really isn't anything to explain. Piper is not a family name. It's not really a name that means anything to us, and neither is Jade. These are just two names that we liked and we put them together and that's how we came up with it. We had no boy names picked out whatsoever and we really couldn't agree on any boy name. I'm glad that she's a girl because we had a little bit easier time picking a name. If you guys know, Jane Audrey, which is my oldest daughter, her name was going to be Audrey Jane. And ever since Chris and I got married, we would talk about baby names and I always wanted Audrey and he was definitely on board for Audrey. And then one time I just mentioned Jane and he was like, yeah, I like that. And so Audrey Jane was gonna be her name. Well, the day that we went into the ultrasound to find out that she was a girl, we found out she was a girl. And the first thing Chris said when he looked at me was, I want her name to be Jane Audrey instead. So I was like, okay, I don't really care. I like both of those names. Those are the names we were gonna use anyways. So that's how we came up with Jane's name. None of the names really mean anything to us. It was just two names that we like. Jackson Taylor is his name. Taylor is definitely a family name. It's my maiden name. It means a lot to me. I know it means something to Chris as well. Jackson is just a name that we liked. We had gone back and forth with a few boy names, but we decided on Jackson. We did not mean to do J and J, like Jane and Jackson. It was just what we decided. We just liked Jackson and we're like, oh, it's both J's. How crazy is that? I'm so glad that we got to use Taylor. That is something that I've always wanted to use just because that is my maiden name and my family means the world to me. And so I just feel very special that my child has that name as well. So his name definitely means something to me. So when we found out that we were having another girl, we went through a few family names, but none of them really stuck. None of them we really loved. And so we decided to just pick two more names that we liked so that Jackson is our only boy. He's so special because he's our only boy, so he's special with a special name. And then Jane and Piper will just have names that we liked. So none of the kids would feel left out like, oh, you didn't give me a family name or anything. I can't remember. Piper is just a name that we threw out there. I think we had a few first names that we liked and we kind of just decided on Piper and it kind of just stuck. We kept calling her Piper even before we knew that we definitely wanted that to be her name. And then Chris is the one that came up with Jade. Now at first I was not on board with a Jade at all because it sounds too close to the name Jane. So I told him that I didn't really want to use the name Jade, but Chris really loved the name. So we kind of went back and forth. I kept mentioning some more middle names to him and he just kept calling her Piper Jade. That was all he kept calling her. Jane started calling her Piper Jade. And so eventually it just stuck. Now we're not gonna call her Jade. We're gonna call her Piper. So there's no way that there's gonna be like a mix up. Like, are you saying Jane or are you saying Jade? You know, there's no way anybody's gonna be confused. So Piper Jade is what we came up with. And some of you guys have commented and asked why we didn't go with another J name. Two reasons. One is we definitely didn't want all of our kids to have a J name. Like I said, we didn't purposely name Jane and Jackson with two J's. It just happened like that. So although we're probably not gonna have any more kids, we didn't want to start the J theme and then have to keep with the J theme. So we didn't purposely say no J for this baby, but we were kind of steering away from the J's. Now her middle name is Jade, but like I said, we didn't want to name her Jade because it was too close to Jane. I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm just rambling along. Long story short, we just didn't go with the J. That was just something that we knew we probably weren't gonna do. Piper Jade is just two names that we both liked, but we thought sounded good. Chris has a little nickname that he wants to call her already, and the name stuck. So that is the baby girl's name, Piper Jade. Can't wait till she's here. We're almost done with the pregnancy. I can't believe it's halfway over already. It's crazy. That is it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my 20-week belly and then say bye. All right, here's my belly, my shirt on. Here's it from the front. There it is. See, my belly button's almost popped out. My belly's getting itchy too. There you go. That is it. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. I will be back with a video soon. Hopefully 22-week update, because we are going to our ultrasound on 21 weeks. So I'm gonna do another update after that. But if not, I'm just gonna try my hardest to do more updates, and I'm definitely gonna take more pictures of my belly so that I don't feel so bad about not documenting this pregnancy. But thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.